What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, shout out to my brother Fred, Barbershop Conversations, for doing this work and this research. And we don't have very good news. As brother Fred, Barbershop Conversations, did the research, and the highly anticipated undisputed welterweight showdown between undefeated, unified, 3-belt, WBC, WBA, IBF, welterweight world champion, superstar boxer who is widely considered by many to be the number 2, if not the number 1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and Errol the True Spence Jr. 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout, 32 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach, taking on undefeated 3-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the reigning WBO, World Boxing Organization welterweight world champion, who's widely considered by many to be the number 1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is 38 wins, no losses, no draw, 29 big wins by way of knockout, 34 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. With that said, this is the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. It's the most highly anticipated fight in the sport of boxing. And the fans are clamoring for, regardless of what order you have them in, 1, 2, 3, 4, they both top 4 pound for pound. The fans are clamoring to see the 2 best fighters arguably in the world face off against each other in their prime. Terence Crawford will be 35 next month. He's fought 3 times, going on 4 years. Okay? Errol Spence recently fought April 16th, Arlington, Texas, AT&T, Dallas Cowboys Stadium, against former WBA welterweight world champion, Cuban star boxer Yordenis Ugas, in which he stopped Yordenis Ugas in the 10th round, broke his ribs, nose, and orbital bone, en route to a 10th round stoppage victory. Terence Crawford was last seen in the ring November 20th of 2021, when he defeated 2-time welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Showtime Sean Porter, who's a future Hall of Famer and retired. So that's the last time we saw Terence Crawford in the ring, right? And so now, after those 2 fights, everybody's been clamoring to see these 2 guys get in the ring with one another. And the dates came, we hear all types of rumors and reports. As I told you, after Errol Spence defeated Yordenis Ugas, I told you guys that you're going to hear all types of rumors and reports and sources and all types of different information that comes out regarding this fight, because the fans and everybody's anticipating and clamoring to see this fight get a resolution. Who is the best? Who's the best welterweight? Who's the best fighter, right? And so the dates and the time is dwindling. Okay, we are going into September now. We're going into the month of September now, and we still have no announcement, okay, of the fight dates, you know, times and things of that nature. Well, now, Terence Crawford initially stated that the fight has to take place in a neutral site in Las Vegas, is what he said. He wants the fight to take place in Las Vegas, neutral site and in Las Vegas, okay? So, Barbershop Conversation, brother Fred did the work. Shout out to Fred for this. And he looked at the available dates at the 2 arenas that are used in Las Vegas to stage fights of this magnitude and fights overall, which is the MGM Grand Garden Arena and the T-Mobile Arena, right? Well, guess what? As we know, every day that passes, you know, it's getting tighter and tighter. The window is closing for this fight to take place in 2022, right? And so he did the homework and he did the research. And there's only one date available, realistically, and that's December 10th. 15 days before Christmas. In the absolute middle of the holidays. Right? Smack dead in the middle of the 2 biggest holidays in America, which is, actually 3, which is, Thanksgiving, the end of November, and Christmas, December 25th. And then you go right from Christmas right into New Year's. those 3 major holidays, right? And you're going to be asking fans to shell out the money for this fight, whether it be to buy tickets to go to the fight or to buy the pay-per-views, right? And now the only available date at both these arenas is December 10th and November 19th. And November 19th is starting to look very bleak because we're going into September. So if we get to September, okay, and this fight is not announced, today is August 23rd. Today is August 23rd. If we get into September and the fight is November 19th, it needs to be announced ASAP because they need to go on a press tour. They need to go on. They're gonna obviously. Both fighters are already training. Okay, so we know both fighters are in shape and they're already training, right? So with both fighters already training, that gives them time to, to have training camp for the fight. So they're both going to be in shape. It's not going to affect them in that manner. It just affects the fans being able to prepare themselves to be able to travel to this fight, to be able to pay for the fight, right? And also be able to pay for the holidays that are coming up. You have to give the fans the room for error. So you have 2 realistic dates, November 19th and December 10th. That the dates are available. So it has to be either one of those dates or it ain't happening this year. And what exactly is the holdup? What is preventing this from happening? The money needs to be shelled out. Make it happen. Give the fans a bone. Find a way to get it done. Find a way to get the purses paid. So, I mean, they still have time for training camp, press conferences, tour. They need to build this fight to the maximum. So they need to have a press conference in California. They need to have a press conference in Vegas. They need to have a press conference in Texas. They need to have a press conference in New York. And they need to have a press conference in Omaha, Nebraska, where Terence Crawford is from. That's what needs to happen. They need to have a press conference in California, in Vegas, New York, Texas, and Omaha. It needs to be a 5-city press conference tour to maximize the revenue and the exposure to this fight. I mean, it's already halfway sold because the fans are eager and anticipating this fight. The boxing pundits, media, their peers, everybody's anticipating this fight. So it's already halfway sold. But for sure, it needs to be announced by next week. So that way in September, they could go and do their tours. Because, to be honest, Terence Crawford is just not a big talker. He's not going to sell the fight. But their presence, Terence Crawford's presence and Errol Spence's presence, both being present, in the same room and coming face to face and having face off, that's going to sell the fight. That in itself is going to sell the fight. So it needs to be announced by next week so that they could go on a 5-city press tour. And then also it gives the fans time to buy their tickets, and to buy their tickets to go to the fight, to buy their hotels, buy their flights, be able to secure money and put aside to the pay-per-view, because this is going to be nothing under $99, $100 for the pay-per-view. For sure. That is guaranteeing to be $100 for the pay-per-view. That's a given. Ain't no doubt about it. The pay-per-view is going to be $100 for sure. And so with that said, you need to give the fans the respect and enough time to prepare. It's going to be November 19th. That's right before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is the very following next Saturday. Next week. Next Thursday. Right? It's the very following Thursday. Thanksgiving is going to be. And if it's going to happen December 10th, it's going to be 2 weeks before Christmas. So it needs to get done. Now it done dwindled down to 2 available dates because other events have booked these arenas. Plain and simple, and they need to get it done. So let's see how this unfolds. But shout out to Fred and Barbershop Conversation for doing the research and doing the homework on this. You got 2 dates now. It's dwindled down to 2 dates, November 19th and December 10th. So let's see how this unfolds. And it needs to be announced next week. So they need to do a 5-city tour. Period. They definitely need to be in Dallas, Texas, at AT&T Cowboy Stadium. Reserve that with Jerry World, right? They definitely need to be at the Staples Center promoting it. They definitely need to be in Vegas, and they definitely need to be in New York, and they definitely need to be in Omaha, Nebraska. Period. Biggest fight in the sport of boxing. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for you. Peace.